Still not working? What the fuck? Ah, this goddamn program. Try one last thing. I'm gonna try in the game after. It's usually what I do. I'll hit live on the stream, then the game is usually open by the time the stream goes live. But fuck, I forgot how long it takes this game to load. It's not actually loaded before the stream goes live. So I might have to fiddle with it and try loading, like telling the stream to go live after I load the game, or in what I'm trying right now is restarting the game once the stream is already active. Seeing if it, I'm not sure which way matters for it to catch the game. Man, you have been a trooper tonight dealing with all my issues, though. Freaking top notch, that's for damn sure. Aha! Shit! Finally! I don't know what the hell is going on tonight, but I hope to hell I can get it figured out. This doesn't not bode well. If I keep having issues, it's not gonna help the stream much at all. Is it working for you okay? Might just be a bad night. Yeah. Yeah. I'm still not too stressed out about it because it has been one day, one instance. I'll have to do some testing if I keep having this issue. I do play other games. My main ones, I'm hoping to make one of them MOREtal Online, unless I keep having issues with it while streaming it. Another one is Scum. But I do also play a little Overwatch and a little Minion Masters. Play some Starkov on occasion. So yeah. I'll have to see if it happens with other games as well. And if I narrow down and find out that it's something about this game and Streamlabs not getting along with each other, then I might just have to record sessions of playing this game and upload them, which really sucks. Like, that's not fun at all for anybody, because I play the game that whole time knowing I'm just talking to myself, at least, whereas when I'm streaming, I never know if anyone is, and when, for that matter, anybody's going to hop in stream. So I start and I'm just talking as though there's people watching right from the start. And in the event that somebody ever watches one of them after the fact, 40 minutes of silence at the beginning of the stream isn't going to interest anyone. So yeah, I don't want to do that. I don't think that it will do much good. My YouTube studio thinks I've got 2 simultaneously live streaming sessions right now. Oh man, I've been kind of overwhelming it a little bit with my issues. There's quite a few. I've set most of the like minute or 2 videos to private, but if it's at least like 10, 15 minutes or so, I think I've left them up just, because why not? But I've kind of tried to weed out the shotgun of videos in my content library. And either unlist or set private or delete those just bullshit test ones, because it's like nobody want to know, nobody's gonna watch that. 2-minute stream, be like, yeah, I don't know about that. I think there's anything going on there. Yeah, it probably is just a combination of a lot of things. What's weird is I haven't had problems until tonight, though, so, or today rather. So I'm hoping it's an isolated incident. Streaming oddly is still rather new tech, so it's not always the best. Yeah, it's definitely a very highly evolving thing still. That's for sure. Okay. Well, now we're finally back. Go ahead and deposit the old money in the bank before we leave. Wait, that's not the bank. Where's the bank?
Since I have an LLC and my name is trademarked, I own that trademark, and you know what? I don't really
want. That's someone talking about having trademarked into an LLC their name. It's actually probably smart. I know people have trouble with like your gamer tags being stolen in games and stuff. Asmongold faces that damn near every game he plays. He's like, I bet it's gonna be taken. So if you can do that, trademark your gamer tag, and then you actually have grounds to stand on if somebody takes it in a game you're trying to play. It's like, that's trademarked. It's a little funny. It's not exactly so cut and dry, but I guess I should sell these herbs too, because not like I need them right now for anything. Oh, I guess she doesn't want herbs. Makes sense. Librarian doesn't want herbs.
Like, I would literally believe something from Kuthara's mouth more than you. That's such fucked up. And that's saying a lot coming from
me. Dude's talking mad shit. Oh, that's funny. The way it's fine for a while feels like it may be an ISP, just lag issues for the night. Yeah, it very well could be. That's a good point. I'm really hoping once I get to the place I'm moving, hopefully sooner than later, I'm hoping that between having better internet and if I can pick up one of those cheap Intel Arc cards, and have it just be my encoding GPU, then all I'll really have is still kind of a subpar, problem, so to speak, with my machine. Will be processor, and having it not be, super great. Generally, a pretty high-end processor is also a good plan for streaming because, between encoding and running multiple programs to help monitor your stream and, running whatever program or game you're trying to play, and all those things combined are definitely I don't think anybody saw me leave. Nobody's out here just waiting on the bridge. Brought a lot more food this time. I didn't get any more arrows because I still got more than a stack, so I think I'm good. If I can come across another horse, maybe I can come across like a steppe horse spawn or something on my way. That's honestly really what I should do when I play, is just try to gather some things, go to a town, sell, have some money in that bank, a stabled horse or two, then just move on, roam around. But yeah, I'm looking forward to having good enough internet and a machine, because with that separate capture card, I'd be able to pretty much lag free, like, in terms of no additional load on my current graphics card. Should be able to stream 1440p 60. It actually, in some ways, it's easier to stream that because if it's your native resolution, it doesn't have to like transcode and like downsample the video for a lower output resolution than what your native display resolution is. So that will help if my bandwidth is simply high enough to encode at that bitrate. And then having a dedicated capture card, then all I'll have left, is just at some point. I don't think I can put a faster processor on the chipset I have. I would probably have to get a new motherboard along with the processor. Can't remember if 9th or even 10th is the same pin layout or not. I know it changes frequently enough. It's not very reliable to plan on being able to upgrade the new processor without also getting a new motherboard for the change in chipset. So, also, because I've never really been here, I don't know exactly where I'm going. So I'm heading south, which I think you want to leave south out of Viburnum for a bit before you head west to get over to like old Merduli, Tindrum. I think Meduli's like southwest of Viburnum, right? I'll have to look at the map in a minute. I think it's southwest. Way off topic. Well, it's more of a topic jump back to what I was saying earlier. I don't know if you were in the stream at the point when I was mentioning something about I've never been able to, basically force myself to drink diet soda, but since I started doing keto and I've actually lost 20 pounds so far, so it's working pretty good. So I've been trying pretty hard to stick to it, and there's a shit ton of carbs in a regular soda, and it would pretty much blow my entire daily budget if I just wanted to have soda instead of water or something. So when I was in a restaurant, I tried Dr. Pepper, Diet Dr. Pepper. And at first I was suspicious that the waitress just got me regular Dr. Pepper because it genuinely is very close compared to other diet sodas where I could just immediately tell it was diet. The aftertaste weirdness. But I went back and I refilled my own drink. It was at like a buffet where they will serve you, but you can also go get your own stuff. Also, I'm heading southeast for some reason. I think I should have gone across the river and the bridge to go west to Tindrum, so we're just gonna go ahead and cut west. right now. Hopefully if anybody was following me and they followed me, see me going south and east. Hopefully now the fact that I'm cutting hard west will keep them from following me. But I'm remembering now as I'm passing them all, I remember how many freaking wolves and bears are out in the woods in this area. Yeah, I haven't been able to drop soda. Yeah, that would have been my problem too. But honestly, if you don't hate Dr. Pepper, if you even just kind of like it and you want to give it a shot, well, I'm not getting those herbs because fucking razorbacks are chasing me. I'm gonna have to murder these bitches. Yeah, if you want to give it a shot, of all the ones I've tried, which you know is Diet Coke and Diet Pepsi, you know, kind of like the main ones. I don't know if there's some obscure off-brand that manages to get pretty close to the regular taste in their diet variant. But oh, you know what? I think I'm actually kind of close to the old spider cave out this way. Is this it? Am I actually at the spider cave? If I'm at the spider cave, we're gonna get some crepite. Oh, this isn't the spider cave. It's kind of a little Death Valley, though. Look at those shitty horses. But yeah, I would recommend. Oh, you bitch! Yeah, run! I didn't realize there were still wolves after me. I looked around behind me, nothing was chasing me. Gonna hop off and get some flowers. Wolves tried to eat me. At least bandage myself while we're riding. We'll get the horse bandaged up once we can safely stop. This place is freaking insane from what I remember. There's just wolves chilling on the road back there. Just hanging out in an intersection. They're just waiting to gank. Diet RC. Why does that? What is that one? Something cola. Can't remember what that stands for, but that's good to know. That one's not horrible. Not only is it not horrible, but I actually think it's like very, very close to the original non-diet variant, Diet Dr. Pepper. And I specifically particularly like the I get the Dr. Pepper and cream soda, 0 sugar. I honestly think without a side-by-side comparison, like one right after the other, I probably couldn't tell the difference. Like if I had one like 1 week and then had the other one like another week, or it wasn't like a super close, you know, like I probably couldn't tell the difference. Honestly. It's been nice because Royal Crown, okay, alright. I thought it was something cool, and maybe I was thinking of a different one. But yeah. Pretty good. I've been pleasantly surprised with the fact that it doesn't really taste diety at all. Oh my hell. Yeah. We just lag so bad. So often. Oh man. I want to love this game, and I do love this game. I hope they get all these performance issues worked out. Nice. I thought I remember these little things in here having some goodies in them sometimes. Gaillardia. Been depleted. That's not a flower I can harvest. I think you'd be able to tell the difference. There's just the sheer amount of sugar in one versus the other. Yeah, true. That's a good point. Maybe I'm giving it more credit than it's due purely by virtue of the fact that I went like a month without drinking any soda because I knew I didn't like diet and I knew I couldn't have regular if I was trying to stick to keto. And then when I finally had it, maybe my body was just like, "Yay, something sweeter than water." So that's fair. That could be the case. You're right. I'll give you that. It's kind of like with bread. You can't really have any bread on keto either. It's just so high in carbs, you blow your entire like daily carb allowance. But what? And the devil made that noise. Coming after me? I can't tell. I don't see anything running after me. I'm gonna hurry and gather these herbs. But oh shit! I better be careful. If I get myself overweight from herbs, then I'm gonna get kicked off the horse and not be able to run away. So, in fact, we're just gonna go ahead and put the old bags on the horse right now. Want to get myrtled. I'm a little obsessive compulsive with the layout, so probably looks a bit ridiculous when I'm moving shit around in my bags. What are you doing? I don't know. Ask my OCD what I'm doing. Holy shit, what made that noise? Oh, it's a troll. Dude rose like right on the other side of the fucking mountain. Like 10 feet from me. I don't think he can get up that little ledge or something, or he probably would have come and wrecked my shit. What are your shadows set to? Right now I have everything set to medium. I could try dropping those to low and see if that helps any. I know post-processing is another one that kind of you don't really need. And I know textures is like not a terribly taxing one, so I could probably set both textures and foliage back up and have no issues. Especially with DLSS set to performance. It looks better than ultra performance, which I think is native like 480, whereas performance is native 720. Yeah, I set the shadows to low. Maybe we'll try just epic foliage and texture. I'll get a sweet spot figured out. I used to kind of know, and then when I came back to the game, it just did the auto detect. When I hit auto detect, it tries to set everything to epic, which, you know, when I'm not streaming and trying to keep it from kicking me off the stream, other than when I get intermittent stuttering, it runs just fine on cinematic with no DLSS. But I usually still run it on ultra quality just for that little bit of boost for pretty much zero downgrade and, you know, perceptible visual fidelity. But while I'm streaming, where I keep having issues with Streamlabs, not sure why, but I'm thinking it's something to do with the game. I'll try to find a sweet spot. Damn wolves. Leave me alone. Shadows are a huge hog in a game like this. Yeah, doesn't surprise me. That's, you know, I mean, I'm 34 and I've been gaming since I was like 6 years old, and that's, I don't think, ever been a thing that was not the case. I think shadows have just always been like rough in games, like hard to render. maybe just high for textures and foliage. Yeah, that does. One thing I really wish you could do was adjust the CPU priority without having to do it through the registry. Back when I was just playing the game, I went through the registry and I set it to above normal or maybe even high, and that helped a lot, but I had to set it back down to normal to let Windows balance it as it saw fit, so that it didn't just hog everything from my Streamlabs. I use a program that will reapply, called Process Lasso. It reapplies your process priority and affinity and all the things you set that you usually would have to set per session, like every time you restart the computer you have to reset it. Oh man, there's a bunch of step horses right here, right next to this castle. Nobody come out and murder me, okay? All right, I'm just taking one horse. That's all I can take, unless they're like both level like 5. I think I could take 3 level 5s, maybe not even that much. I don't have that many pet points. That's 75 pet points, and you lose 20 per animal, so I'm already using 11. So this is gonna drop me down to 55, and then whatever, and then it would be 35. So I'd have to be under 35. Between what points? Wait a minute. I took out. Why did it stop? That's weird. Took out the mule horse as my riding horse. Alright, level 65 horse. You are now my new Joseph, just like in The Witcher. All his horses are named Roach. Oh, I don't know what I just did that warned me it was an illegal action, but I'm glad it didn't let me do it. First you OCD, let me leave things where they are. Why do you think? Why is he blue? The other one's green. What's going on here? Thought blue was like not yours or like lost taming, and green was when it belonged to you. Interesting. Well, as long as he follows me. Alright. Making our way to tin room. Walking with 2 horses. Homebound. Boom boom. Alright, you can tell when my mind starts to get a little slow, get a little tired. Excessive amounts of obnoxiousness come out of me, not just the normal amount. What is this place? Is there any goodies to be had here? Like a bandit area? I think those are bandits. Yeah, scoundrels. Alright, I ain't up for messing with that right now. Be gone, scoundrel. So how long have you played MOREtal Online 2 or even 1? Did you play 1? Several people in the guild I'm in played clear since 1. I am new as of about 8 months ago when I started playing MOREtal Online 2 in about February. Alright, that was... Which bandit camp was that? Was that... Or no, that was the ruins. Was that... Oh, I just passed Forgiven's place, I think. Forgiven's open house. Oh, that's the guy I was talking about, though. Forgiven or Forgiveness or whatever. He's that dude who roams around and does a bunch of, like, media-related stuff for the game. Dude's awesome. Well, my game just stuttered like it did when it shit out before, so the stream may shit out. Played 1, you played 2 since it was a thing. Nice. You definitely know what you're doing. Been around. Oh, the stutter fucked with my horse, I think. Now he ain't following me. Oh, there you are. Couldn't tell where I was because I think the game just thought I teleported because of how freaking hard it stuttered. Oh, I'm so sad. The more that I'm kind of thinking that's part of the reason the stream sometimes shits out. Unfortunately, that means that streaming and this game might not be a great combo until I get just an outrageously powerful machine. I can completely run the stream encode on another monitor or another graphics card and get such a powerful multiple core processor that I can give Streamlabs its own like separate 8 cores or you know 4 cores, 4 threads, like 8 total threads, and then just not let anything else use those but Streamlabs or something like that. In fact, I should test that. Maybe I could do that now. Maybe I could give it 4 of the 12 threads or something exclusive. I don't know. Maybe not. I won't mess with it right now because it's working right now. If it dies on me again, I'll try that. But yeah, I don't know. Hoping to get there one day. Eventually. That would be nice. That would be nice. Where are all these? Ooh. I know exactly where I am. I've farmed this area before. We are going to get ourselves a shit ton of rye. And I think there's also... I can't remember the other grain in the game. I think there's a little plot of that somewhere around here as well. Man, I need like a sickle or something. Gathering this shit by hand is No bueno. Just some or no one knows what they're doing in MOREtal Online. Just some know a little more than others. That's fair. There's a lot to be able to do, so. That is fair. I'm hoping that it keeps doing well. I'm hoping that once they got it to a point where they feel like they can justify a subscription fee for it, I hope it helps bolster their motivation and financial capabilities, and hopefully they continue to do well with it, because it's definitely got more potential than most games. Getting all the rye. I guess that's too close to the other spot I got a bunch from. It was depleted. They've made a few missteps, but it will even out as they work on it more. What the devil just happened on the stream? I heard a noise, but I don't know what that was. I don't have a notification. Who did something? The stream made a noise. Hmm. There was like an alert feed. It has a mini feed that tells me when people sub or follow or stuff like that. Nothing popped up on that little mini feed, so I don't know what happened. I don't know if it came through. I don't know if you heard that little ring, but I know not what that was. Kind of sounded like the follow, but it doesn't say anybody followed since you subbed earlier. Or no, was that you or somebody else? I don't remember who. I think it was you. I'm bad with names to start with, and then it throws my brain off even more when no, that was, I don't know who that was. I don't know. Anyway, yeah. Why did you automatically start back up? Yep. In the name of love. What? Hmm. Man. I don't even have a third of a stack yet. Let's test it out. I think that's enough rye. Let's see if we can find the, I don't know if it's wheat. Wheat the other? I mean, I know that's a grain in like real life, but in this game is wheat. Oh. Ain't too much to ride. Hold this for me, horse. I think your notifications are wigged out. If you like already subscribed and either unsubscribed or resubscribed, I think it doesn't work then. But yeah, it's frustrating because one of the reasons I switched from OBS, two things. I switched from OBS to Streamlabs because it had a lot of stuff that I had to have separate modules for in OBS, like separate plugins for multiple windows open to accomplish. I was able to do it all within one in Streamlabs, including multi-streaming. I had to download a separate program and authorize it in OBS and give it permission for chat things and all that stuff for a program called Restream. But it's built into Streamlabs, so it was supposed to be like more simple and like straightforward, and you know, you pay a little bit to Streamlabs for it. It's supposed to be like a kind of premium service or whatever, but some of the things just don't come through properly. I just subbed here on YouTube, hadn't beforehand. Oh, well, thank you for that. Really sucks it didn't come through. Like that's one of the whole reasons I set up the alerts, because like when you stream by default, it just throws on the screen. You got to set up the camera and like any little widgets, like your viewer count and like recognizing people. Like on my little mini feed, it says 3 hours ago, Manuel Schmid was the one who subbed, and so that's why his name's in that little. You know, I want that to recognize people who help out the stream in that, you know, in any number of fashions, and within the settings, and I've got them all enabled. I'll just read them off to you for examples. You know, just literally going down the list, it says donations, Facebook follows, Facebook likes, Facebook shares, Facebook stars, Facebook support, merch, Trovo follow, Trovo raid, Trovo subscription, cheering in bits, following, like on Twitch, hosting you or rating you, subscription on YouTube or YouTube membership. And then it's, I guess, I don't know why there's a separate section where it says YouTube subscribers. Like that one I just played manually to test it. I don't know if it comes through on the stream, but, and then there's YouTube super chat. You know, most of that stuff I don't have access to because like the YouTube stuff, like the super chat and the membership and all that, because my, you know, I'm not partnered yet. My channel's not big enough, but it's all checked and enabled and set up and should just come up. Well, the mystery of the sparkling sound remains. Yes, indeed. You know, I guess I could like go through and play all those sounds until we find the one that it was, and at least know what sound it was supposed to be for. But yeah, no, that makes me sad that it didn't show up for yours. because it's supposed to show the most recent one, and it, you know, puts the name up there for, you know, until the next person subs. There's even a little bit more I could do with it. I'm thinking about looking through some more of the they're called scenes. I think when I get to Tindrum, I might fiddle around with a little bit of that, because I'm getting tired enough. I don't want to be running around in the game and get killed simply because I'm like kind of spacing out running somewhere. I'm not quite ready to sleep, so maybe once I get there I'll fiddle with it and see if I can get it to work the way that it should. What it does is, you know, it basically sets it all up with, it's almost like pre-built in like settings that somebody designs, like the theme, the scene, the transitions. Well, maybe I'll have to just find one that works the way that it should, because so far the ones that I've got kind of haven't so much. Tried out a couple that didn't quite do what I wanted. Of all of the ones I've tried, I think I like this one the most, but... Come on, horse, catch up. We got some running to do. There's bandits in them there hills. And ne'er-do-weller players. Ah, Tindrum. You false sense of security giving monstrosity, you. I feel like this is the first city they designed. Pretty common. First one, giant sprawling walls. And the rest are like, we'll just do a little mud hut with some wood spikes around them. We'll call it Morencur, or not Morencur, what's that one? I don't think it's Mokai. Which one am I thinking of? Maybe it is Mokai. Come on, interactive map. Stop lagging. Hey, show me the money. Vada is one of the ones I was thinking of. And it is Mokai. Mokai is another one. Just like dirt huts with wooden spikes around it. And I feel like those are probably some of the later in development. Like they chose those ones later. Did I give my horses food over there? Oh yeah, they're both good on food. Yeah. Bhakti might be another one, yeah, good point. Let's pull out a... Now let's pull out two. We'll put them both away for now while we're here. I've had some amount of fun in this place, attempting to gain some clade in the sewers, but they're aptly named, because that's where the sewer rat scum of the game dwell. Yeah, it's an exact copy of the original game, but it's probably just like with all the changes they thought they couldn't make without redoing the game, I assume. Oh wait, do I still have... Oh yeah, I still got stuff I gotta... I want to save this rye because I've got somebody who can make me pretty good food with rye. I'll sell the other stuff. They're more or less the same game, just 2 has a huge facelift. Yeah, I think I vaguely remember seeing some videos of the original. It was kind of like, I don't know, it kind of reminded me of like Morrowind level graphics. Just bland, flat walls and things. Like no terrain texturing or anything. I don't know why I came to the trader. What am I doing? This is what I'm talking about. My brain starts to like just slow down enough that I'm just kind of wandering aimlessly. It doesn't help that I'm getting 8 fucking frames per second and my goddamn horse is in my way. Oh, you stupid cunt. Now I'm stuck here. You know, I'd be lying if I didn't admit that there's been a couple times I've taken a horse out of guard range and shot it in the face till it died because it repeatedly got me stuck and in my way and almost got me killed a few times. So I'm like, well, yep, you're done. You have earned the right to die. Fucking horses. Pathing is garbage. One thing I hope they can do, you know, one thing that did really well for like Skyrim, for example, is like the modding scene. There's so many people who took the just glaring issues of Skyrim and just modded them away. Got rid of the problems with mods. And it's a whole different ball game with an online game for sure. But there's a lot of games that are online that allow mods, you know, that don't change the game. They just help visually. I know there is some overlap, but it makes me, the reason I think of that is because horses in Skyrim are garbage until you mod them, and then they're actually pretty good. I'm hoping that they can at least take some lessons from what changes the mod made to horses and why the mods are so popular. Give them an idea of how people want horses to react. I want them to follow 5 feet behind me at all times, and adjusting the range at which they could follow would be nice too. But they should not be allowed to get closer than just barely within your like range to like access their inventory, because when they freaking try to get a piggyback ride from you, oh man, that is maddening. Like, look at them both. They're up in here trying to molest me. I have a little more stuff in Tinderum than I thought I did. Don't have a bag with rye already in it, so we'll set her there. Where's the bag with arrows in it? I thought I had a bag with bows and arrows. I guess I only got one extra. Oh no, I have a emerald short bow. Little shitty bow. Oh, scribing. I can't remember if I was saving that to sell or if I wanted to read that. I don't remember why I had that book here. Let's see what it goes for. If it sells for a lot, I think I'll sell it. I can pick it up later if I want to keep it. Getting horses in my goddamn way. Filthy bitches. Oh. Oh wow. The cheapest one is 45 gold. I think. Yeah, okay. That's a book that you can get from the sewers here. I wonder why it sells so much when you don't have to go very far for it. Maybe it's just got a low drop rate? I think I've been in the sewers twice, and I got the book and assumed it was kind of a, you know, I was like, I might save that. I don't know if I want to learn scribing or not. But apparently it's valuable as shit. I mean, I don't know, maybe that's not a lot of gold, but 45 gold to me is a lot. Let's see, is scribing a primary? Oh, yeah, nah, I've already got my points allocated to other things, so I won't be reading it myself unless I change my mind someday on what I want to be doing. The old scribbing book. Well, let's see. Cheapest ones are up for a long time. Boss drops it, so the fight can be meh. And the drop rate as well. Gotcha. They gotta hope the boss is up and then that he drops the book. That makes a little more sense, maybe, then why it's so expensive. Man, somebody posted this up for 26 days. That's a long time for people to go get another one and undercut him. I don't know. I'm not hurting for gold at the moment. I invested 700 or 800 gold in my guild's bank transfer fund, and it pays out in shares at, I forget the intervals. I told him to use the money while I've been gone, just, you know, divvy it between either the other shareholders or use it for guild related things. But since I came back, they're giving me this month, and actually a fair amount, so I'm not hurting for gold. I might keep a hold of it in case a guildie needs it, or maybe I'll sell it later when there's not so many on the market, because there's like 10 of them right now. Clearly they're not selling. But yeah, let's take off the old stuff, grab a couple silver. We'll put the horses away, and then I'm gonna fiddle. I don't know why I'm running there. I'm an idiot. Now remember, kids, when you herp, don't forget to derp. 2 frames per second. Such performance. Much frames. Good old Tindrum. Even when I'm not streaming, it doesn't perform well. Alright, I got the horses put away. I usually just log out and hear the horse person anyway, because when I log in, I'm getting my horses. I'm not logging out right now, though. I'm going to fiddle with seeing if I can get that to work the way it should. Weird, it doesn't even show up in the mini feed. Not even like the overlay didn't work properly. It's like the Streamlabs bot, I think, in chat is what captures when people subscribe or otherwise. Let me check the old woo. Check the old video feed and see if it even came up in like the chat like it was supposed to. Why? Oh man. I'm not gonna know what to do with myself. And I don't know if it's gonna be anytime soon, like within months or a year or multiple years from now, but when I finally get to the point where I've got like a solid hardware setup for my Raymond to where I don't wait 10 whole seconds or more for a page to even reload. And I know part of the problem is self-imposed because I intentionally use a browser that lets me limit, like within the browser you can set network speed, RAM usage, and CPU usage limits. And I set those to allow it to only use like a quarter of my hardware's resources or less because I don't want it bogging down the other stuff. And when I'm not streaming and gaming at the same time, there's no perceptible difference. It's snappy. But the limitations do their job when I'm streaming and gaming, because instead of letting the processor just go, or the browser just go ham on my resources, it keeps them in check. It doesn't help that I'm a multitasker to the extreme. I cut out a lot of the programs when I'm just using the computer or even just playing the game. I put my hardware I push it to its limit. For a long time, a 6-core that can hyperthread, 12 total threads was enough. But I'm thinking whenever I do upgrade, I'm going to get a 12 or maybe even 16 core that has 2 threads per core. Called hyperthreading with Intel. I'm not sure what. Can't remember what AMD calls theirs. Maybe just multi-threading or something. But yeah, I need to. I didn't show up in the chat. Where in the feed? Like where is Streamlabs supposed to get its info from? Like when somebody subs, how does it know? I gotta check and see why it's not connecting to that properly. Not a bad idea. Oh, do you mean about getting a good processor? I think one thing that'll help, and it's not running now, so it's not part of the problem that I'm facing, but I do have a little tiny like machine that doesn't have a graphics card in it, but it has like a 12-core processor or something like that. I if it had a graphics card or a way to hook one up, it might have Thunderbolt. I'll have to check. Because if it has Thunderbolt, maybe I could get an external hard drive enclosure and run the stream through that. I do have extra graphics cards. They're pretty old and weak, though. I don't know if they would be better than just running it off the machine or the card in my main machine. So I might could figure out some of that. But there's some things I could offload to that little machine potentially. Even more so if you're going hard into streaming. Yeah, definitely. I'm giving it a bit of what I've got and intend to continue to do so. I'm not sure if it was. I never know what I was saying, so I might be repeating myself, but it also might have been when the stream cut out. But one thing I'd like to do, one of my favorite streamers, I respect him a lot. I think he does a great job. He actually really helped Scum, kind of get more popular, and he helped it succeed because he started streaming when it was super early, fledgling, like still like way early in development, and he started with nothing and slowly built his channel. I'd love to do something like that for this game if ever I could get enough traction and momentum behind my channel and help kind of promote this game to help it just be that much more likely to succeed. That would be awesome. Like, I would love to be a positive contributing factor. I know that a lot of streamers have dual PC setups. Yeah, that was one of the reasons I thought to myself, oh, maybe I'll wait. I always was like, I'll do it, or maybe I'll give it a shot or try it when X condition that I set in my mind is met, or Y situation um, has been arrived at. But I was like, I'm just never going to get around to it if I don't just start doing it. And if I'm lucky, it works well, and I can improve it as I go well enough that it continues to be a more successful endeavor. And that may be something I have to do. Is I'll either try to get one of those cheaper ARC Intel cards, partly because I do also want them to succeed. A third manufacturer in the GPU market for competition would be so good if Intel succeeds. There's a lot of problems with it. People who do a very good job of objectively reviewing things, like Jay's 2 cents and Nexus Gamers Nexus and Linus Tech Tips, they do a pretty good job of being honest. They'll, even when they like something, they'll admit it. They'll be like, we admit that I'm a fan of this. I like this personally, but I won't ignore or not be upfront about its problems. Here they are. They've mentioned that it's got its own set of problems, plenty of issues. But compared to, I think they were comparing the 3060, which is hardware wise, maybe it was 3070, is about what the new Intel Arc cards, like one of the, I think the better one, is hardware wise about on par with the 3070. Performance wise, it's closer to the 3060, but then price wise, it's like priced at a 3050. So it's like they're smart enough to at least recognize that their cards aren't fantastic, and they're making sure to price them nice and low. And that was actually, I think it was actually Linus Tech Tips, in fact, that kind of put that idea in my head. I think he did a video where that was one of the examples he used. In fact, was he was like, you can get one of these cards for pretty cheap and use it as like your encoding thing, because both YouTube and Twitch have already got AV1 encoding. It's like another step up, like what NVIDIA's NVENC encoder did for streaming. Was you can get significantly higher quality streams at the same bit rate, or the same quality at a far lower bit rate. So, um, that's I was kind of like, oh, that'd actually be really good for my low internet, because I could maybe manage 1080p, 30 or even 60 frames per second on the same bit rate that I run. But it would also offload all the work onto a second card, which would be great. So that's kind of like the next best thing. It's almost as good as an entirely separate machine to just have a dedicated card to run the decoding. The main consideration beyond that is simply whether your processor is up to snuff, and mine's kind of on the cusp of barely being good enough. 12 threads is enough, but not by a large margin. I would definitely do better off to have, shit, I could do even 8 cores would give me 4 more total threads. But I think at this point, whatever I upgrade to, it would be worth. I think the newer generations, I know they're on like 1200 series Intel processors. So I could maybe get like an 1100 series pretty cheap, since it's the older gen. I think they're like 8 or even 10 cores, and 16 or 20 threads. That would help a lot. Just got to get to that point. Try to make it work with what I have, and I think I'm brainstorming. I'm thinking I might could figure out a way to make this little PC with a lot of threads work for me. I could throw the stream through that machine, and if it does have Thunderbolt on it, I could get an external hard graphics card enclosure, because it just has whatever Intel's built-in graphics in it. It's got a pretty good processor, but no discrete graphics card. It's just got onboard graphics card. That might help a lot. I already own that. And a hard drive or a graphics card enclosure isn't terribly expensive. So if I got one of those and one of those cheap ARC cards, that should be within what I can manage budget-wise. I'll have to continue to brainstorm. I'm trying to figure out right now, though, is why the devil the old alert's not working. The worst part is it works most of the time, so it's not like it never works and there's something wrong and I gotta figure it out. It's like I mess with some stuff trying to figure it out, and then it comes up properly and I think it's working, and then there's other times where it definitely does not. Possible the fact that I'm multi-streaming, which goes through Streamlabs servers. It's possible that's affecting its ability to like detect what it needs to play the alerts. But again, not always, because 99% of the time when I'm on stream, I'm multi-streaming. I mean, since I started, I went right off the bat. Technically, when I started, I downloaded OBS Studio, and I downloaded the plugin Restream, and then for displaying chat on screen, I had to pop open a chat window and resize it properly, and I had to have extra windows and extra modules and plugins, and it definitely worked. It was just a lot of extra things running at the time. So an alluring thing for me was Streamlabs was all built in. But even when I started with OBS, I downloaded a program called Restream. That's what I used for streaming across multiple platforms, and then multi-stream, same thing, different name, built right into Streamlabs is what I've been using, with a couple of exceptions. That's what I've been doing the whole time. Well, it sounds like you know at least what you need to get to. Yeah. I'm no expert by any means, but my background is, when I was pretty young, I started teaching myself about computers, and, as I got older, I got a little bit of education and certifications and stuff, and I worked for the school district on their network, and, I build computers for people on the side. Just kind of like something I do, private business type of deal. So I'm fairly adept and knowledgeable when it comes to anything tech related. Like I said, by no means an expert, but I feel like I'm pretty well in the know with it. But that helps me squeeze a little more out of my hardware with whatever I'm doing, because I know ways to kind of beef it up a little bit, tweak it a little bit, make it run a little more efficiently. So that helps. And it's kind of one of the things I've tried to put to use for my streaming is I've tried to use what I know about technology and like networking and stuff like that to make it work. I've managed to stream on such a low bandwidth connection because I got a router that had specific things I knew I needed in order to balance the traffic load and give me the moderation and quality of service tools I needed. So that helps. And it happens. It happens eventually to every single piece of hardware. Eventually, it gets outpaced by software and programming requirements. That's why you start to see and feel the age of your hardware as time goes on. I think the 8700K pretty old now, all things considered. Quick Google search says it released in October of 2017, so it's a 5-year-old processor now. Hmm. It runs on the can't remember off the top of my head, so I'm trying to look it up. Z370 chipset. i7 12700K Z370. I doubt they're compatible that many years apart. We're gonna look. I think it's a Z390 that you need for the 1270. Oh no, it's a 690 even. Yeah. Yep. So if I wanted to get a newer processor, I would have to get a newer motherboard as well, and it's a few $100s for the processor, and then probably another 100 or a couple hundred for the motherboard, and then it's a pretty spendy upgrade. So if I could offload to this little machine I've already got, and 100 or two on a graphics card, and maybe 50 or 100 on an enclosure, and get a lot more life out of this machine. Because when I'm not trying to also stream, I'm just gaming. I can usually run things at, if not max, pretty high still. But it's just being put through its paces because of trying to stream alongside. Yeah, these freaking alerts are all configured properly, it looks like. Alert shows up to be the format of the message. I'm wondering how. What is the hook? What's the trigger? What does it use? No. That's what I need to know. Oh, it knows. Hum, 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 hum. throw this up in edit mode. So it shouldn't mess with the stream. Alright, we're going to try this out. You get to go on this little tab, so I've got it open on a browser so I can still see what you're saying. Oh wow, there's a lot of preset scenes within this one. Okay. All right. Yep, see, so you get to see, oh, this is kind of cool. It gives, you can put the schedule right on the little starting card. Okay, all right. Yeah, so we're editing in real time. I hope you brought your editing pants. Whoa, too far. Wham, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. Next. These are all the same. I don't know why it doesn't. I think most people's are. It's making these all 7x7. The 7x7. Yet again. 7x7. The 7. The 8. The 7. All the other ones have been Twitch themed. I didn't realize at the time. I just picked one that I thought looked good. And this one is YouTube centric, which is good because that's my main one. Your name. Stream. Star. Oh, I thought it said starring. I was like, 7white7 stream. Starring 7white7. But it's starting. Stream starting. That makes more sense. Now this is pod racing. Yep. That's great. 7white7. Okay. All right. That's all you do on this page is you just put your name in a bunch of times. Schedule. I actually recently did this on like Twitch when I was editing this schedule, and fortunately there's no way to add that. You can manually schedule a single stream ahead of time within YouTube. There's no way to like put your schedule in for people to see or whatever, but I recently did this for Twitch, so I know already it's. I'm gonna put colons in there just to make it a little easier for people who don't know military time. Or no, it doesn't use military time. Okay, good. I was sitting here thinking it did, but and I put 11:45 p.m. and a.m. because it's sometimes it confuses people when you put if I put 10 to 11, even with the A for AM, P for PM. In their heads, they might think, oh, it's a 2 hour stream. It's like, no, on Mondays and Tuesdays, like I legit might be streaming for 14 hours. Like that's how serious I'm taking this and how much work I'm putting into all this. And so I said it to say 11:45, which might still confuse them. They'd be like, "Oh, an hour 45-minute stream," but it seems like people get a little less confused with when it's not 12, because they might think, "Oh, is it 12 noon or 12 midnight?" In fact, that's what I'm gonna do, because I can put in what I friggin' want. I don't know if it'll fit. We'll have to see. All right, let's check. Midnight. It sure doesn't fit within the. Okay. Never mind. Oh wait, can I make this bigger? Oh no way, I can make it bigger. Ah yeah. Come on, slide for me. Well, let's see. Do we want to scale it? Yeah, let's scale it a little bit so it's not too fat boy wide. All right. Seems kind of bright. Seems kind of hard to see. Might have to bold that. Maybe that's just me. Hold on. Let me throw it on. Create an output projector and throw it on the main screen. It's not as hard to see when you actually have the stream like full screen on a monitor, not tiny in this little editing window. But yeah, I guess before I bother with all this, maybe try unsubbing and resubbing and seeing if the little alert thing works this time. I think it doesn't on an unsub resub. Like even when the alert's working properly. But we'll see. We shall see. 10 a.m. 4 p.m. On the days I've got my little heathens. Once they get out of school, I'm with them. I'm not going to put it on this list, but I will be getting on from like 9 to midnight. On those days. Damn, what the? Seriously? Why? It's got to be something within Streamlabs then, for it not detecting it. Shit. Why though? Why? I wonder why. Let me find out. To the Google machine. Not showing alerts. Oh, okay. It's a setting issue. I'll set it now. It won't take effect until I restart it. It's not a guarantee because what it suggested was ensuring that you had hardware acceleration for browser sources enabled, and I have had up until I've been having issues today, and I disabled it in one of the attempts to test and figure out what's going on. So it's not a guarantee it'll be a solution because it's not like I've always had it disabled and you have to have it enabled. That was just one of the suggestions to make sure. And I have had the issue a few times where alerts didn't pop up, even when I did have that acceleration enabled. So it's not a guarantee, but recent events list. Where the devil? They moved some shit around because even their pictures not showing me what I'm seeing. Oh, okay. I see now. Nice. Oops. Clicked the wrong button. Okay. Interesting. Come check that out later. Right. Let us create a projector. So to test the alert fix, I will have to restart. So I will just have to remember to pay attention later after I've stopped the stream and restarted. God knows it's happened enough times tonight on its own. I'm not going to do an additional one. Just a test. Let's see. And then this is for Friday, also 10 a.m. But only 2 p.m. That's another day that I'll be. Every other week I'll actually be on. Friday will be the same schedule as Monday and Tuesday, 10 a.m. to midnight. But for the other Fridays, it'll only be about 4 hours, and then after about 9 or so for another few hours. But then all day again on Saturday. And then only, let's see, only a few hours on Sunday because I spend pretty much all my day, all my time, all my day, like the whole day, all my time on Sunday with the old little heathens o' mine. Heathens o' mine. What was it? No, it's pretty much just 9 p.m. to midnight on Sunday, just a few hours in the evening. But yeah, pretty much all the rest of the day I'm on, like all morning and afternoon, close to early evening. And then, like I said, all of these days, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, I'll be on from 9 p.m. or 10 p.m. to midnight. And this is all my time. So I guess I'll need to put somewhere on there the time zone. I think I could add it right. No, can't add it there. I think I might could do. I don't know if it's Mountain. I know it's either Mountain Daylight Time (MDT) or Mountain Standard Time. I don't know if like a shorthand reference for it is actually. Oh yeah, it is Mountain Time (MT). Okay, all right, that works. I'll leave it that way. And then on this here box, we'll move her down. I don't know how that looks. Mountain Time. Mountain Man, Mountain Time. So yeah, it's like Mondays, Tuesdays, and Saturdays. I hit it pretty hard. Wednesdays, Thursdays, and every other Friday will be 2 windows, morning to early afternoon, and then again late at night. And on the other Fridays, that'll be the same as Mondays and Tuesdays and Saturdays. It'll be 10 a.m. to midnight. So I'll be on a lot. I'm really giving it a serious shot here. Take it seriously, damn it. I've for quite some time. What the devil is this? What? What am I looking at? Why are there so many bars? Oh. Hold the phone. That's too big. Shit. Why is there so many? This was not in the... This is not what was advertised. Oh my heavens. Oh my goodness. Yeah. About that. Oh, right into the Matrix indeed. Okay. Put a guess the camera up. Yeah, I don't know. There's more to this one than all the rest of them. Fortunately, it saves them, so I can, all of what I just did is saved within that separate file or whatever. We'll set it back to the other one for now. I think I might lay down for a bit. Even when my kids are with my ex, she doesn't drive, so I take her to work and then to school every morning, so that they don't have to walk, and that's in a couple hours. I think I'm gonna try to snag a nap, and I probably should mess with the stream and alerts and tweaking it all and getting it set up properly, hopefully soon. I should probably do that on a not tired brain. So let me just oh no, I'll keep that on me. Just I'll continue with more of the same when I head out when I get back. Do these stack with these ones? No. These ones. Yeah. Alright. Anyway. So yeah, I appreciate you hanging out. You're a trooper. Long ass issue filled session today. Been hanging out for the whole of it. I will be back on again tomorrow until my kids get out of school. Sometimes I end up starting a bit late if I'm running behind, but I shoot for 10 to 4 p.m. my time, so I'll be on for another stretch tomorrow. So if you're up and around and want to come hang out, feel free. Always welcome. Yep, you as well. Have a good one. Take care. We will see you next time. Oh, mouse is not free from the game. Take care, man.